Ray, even though this was kind of expected for you guys to get the host, just could you describe the feeling of excitement to be able to stay at home for at least the first round?
Well, it is exciting. I mean, these things you do not take for granted, especially playing in the Southeastern Conference. You know that there's going to be some bumps along the way and a very difficult path to be able to host. So we're excited to be among that group. That's one of the things that, you know, all the schools have on their goal list is to maybe host if you can win enough games and the RPI is good enough. So we're excited about being a host site.
Freddie, do you know how the rest of your week's going to shake out, just in terms of practice and in terms of what are you guys thinking about setting up your rotation like?
I'm not 100% sure right now. We lifted yesterday. We worked out today. We lifted. We'll go twice tomorrow, probably twice on Tuesday, and then start backing off a little bit toward the rest of the week. Until we see exactly who we're playing and how we match up, I don't know what the rotation will be. Michael Roth will pitch. Other than that, I don't know exactly what we'll do. We're going to simulate a little bit tomorrow in the afternoon with Stephen Neff to see where he is. He's been excited about pitching lately, and we've been playing him, so he hasn't had that opportunity. So we're going to give him 2 or 3 innings tomorrow to see how he looks.
And general health of guys, I know Jackie's got the cast off. Adam had the one at bat, and Brady, what's his deal now that you've been back a day or so to take a look at these guys?
I'm not sure there's going to be any progress with Brady. I think he's just going to have to fight through it and gut it up. I don't think there's a situation really right now that's going to heal him. He's just going to have to play hurt, and he's committed to doing that. Jackie's got the cast off, but he's not likely to play at all, even if we get a chance to extend our season. So,
you likely won't be rostered then as well?
Right. More than likely. I mean, never say never, but certainly for a regional, he wouldn't be a part of it this weekend. And you know, we'll go from there if he heals a lot quicker than expected. But he's here around the clock trying to get in a situation that he can dress before it's all said and done. But then I think Adam continues to feel better, but still not a go yet.
Ray, obviously a couple plus decades of regular seasons to tap into, hopefully, for this question, but I can't imagine that you've had a more challenging season in recent memory, not only starting with the equipment changes and maybe the way the game has changed radically from one year to the next, but obviously a MASH unit as well. Where does this stack up? I know you don't want to look back right now, you're looking ahead, but where was this regular season for you?
Well, I've been fortunate. You know, there's a lot of years where I would make out a lineup, and that would be the one we use tomorrow, the next day, and the week after that. You know, I've had some good runs and good health, and you know, sometimes it happens. It happens to a lot of different teams, and it's just part of it. If you stay in it long enough, you're going to have years like this. And that being said, I can't say enough good things about our team. The guys have battled, they've scrapped, they've clawed, they've tried to stay in a position to win. A lot of different guys have stepped up and done things at different times, and you know, we didn't do very well in Hoover, but besides that, we had a pretty solid year, playing with guys that maybe didn't expect to be playing this time of year. So it's satisfying in a lot of ways. But you know, with the change in the bats and trying to manage differently, we all had to go through that, and there was a lot of talk among the coaches, but it's all good. I mean, we make adjustments, we play by the same rules, and we still got a chance to play, so it's great right now.
Coach, I know after last year's tournament you weren't too happy with the team's effort level. Do you feel the same this year after this past week, or was it just maybe you ran into a couple of just tough breaks in Hoover? Well,
I very rarely do I'm unhappy with effort. I feel like we get effort all the time. We just don't play as well as we'd like to at times, and that's what happened in Hoover. We still pitched pretty well for the 3 games we were there. We failed to make a couple of plays, maybe failed to get a big hit. When you play in the league we do, it's gonna get you. You have to be at your best in order to win, and that's what separates teams from week to week and tournament to tournament is if you can execute and play well enough at the right time. And we played some good innings in Hoover, but we had a couple of bad ones that enabled the other team to score more runs than maybe they should have with the hits they got. So that's what happened. We just didn't play well enough, and we played great opponents.
Ray, Wingo seemed uncharacteristically uncomfortable in the field at times in Hoover. Was something bothering him? Was he distracted in some way? How do you explain the errors that he normally would not make.
You know what, I just think it's baseball. You know, it happens sometimes. He's been spectacular, really, throughout his entire career, and he had a couple of slip-ups there, but, you know, maybe he got it out of his system. But, you know, it's I don't think there was anything unusual happening. I didn't ask him if he had a fight with his girlfriend or anything, maybe, but, man, well, I don't think so. He just had a couple of plays where the ball slipped out of his hand, and he slipped, I guess it was the first play on Friday, he slipped. You know, it was in the first inning, the infield had just been wet, and occasionally you slip a little bit early in the game, and he didn't get planted real well and slipped, and that's part of the game. But he's done so many great things for us with his glove over his career. I just think it was just a couple of bad plays for him, and hopefully he got out of his system, and he'll come up with some really good ones this coming weekend.
Ray, when you look at this field of 16, just a lot of traditional powers, and going to be another fairly loaded field. You look back on what you did last year, you're able to navigate the entire thing. What's your feeling heading into this one, though? What you're going to need to do to work your way through this again?
Well, you're right. I didn't get a chance to examine it real well, but Andrews came out in the middle of practice and told us the field, and that's the first thing that jumped out. A lot of traditional names are on the list for hosting. There's a lot of great teams. I followed the weekend a little bit, and the UCLA Arizona State Series and what happened in the SEC today and the SoCon and those kind of things. There's so many good teams. You just have to, you know, play well at the right time. We had a real good regular season last year. We did it again this year. We didn't do so well in Hoover. Didn't do so well again. And now it's just a matter if you can gear up and play your best baseball at the right time. We're excited to be home. We have a pretty good record at Carolina Stadium. We don't know beyond the regionals if we're here, but now you're ready to go. Everybody's going to be ready. Everybody's a winner. Everybody qualified, or they were an at-large team, and they have a reason to be in the tournament. So you just hope that your team can do the things they need to do and play relaxed and play well.
Do you have a pretty good idea about which teams are maybe likely to come to Columbia once the field's announced?
I do not. There were years ago that we used to kind of stay up all night tonight just waiting for a tip out of wherever the meeting was. It's in Indianapolis now. And I actually serve in an advisory capacity. But all I do is provide input. I don't get any. So, and that was the case today. I had a conversation today, but I didn't get anything. All I did was share some information about teams in our region. So that's what it is, and so we'll find out tomorrow when everybody else finds out.
Came out last week that I guess the NCAA baseball committee is looking at tinkering with the postseason. You know, maybe going to 2-team formats early on, that sort of thing. Best 2 out of 3. What's your thoughts about that? Would you like to see them leave it alone the way it is with the regional, super regional format, or does it need some adjustment?
I like it the way it is. I don't know. I haven't given that a lot of time. I like it the way it is. I don't know if that came into play because of television or not. I'm not sure, but I tend to like the 4-teamers, and then you play the best 2 out of 3. So for whatever that's worth, I don't know that they'll ask me how I feel, but I like it the way it is. It seems to work well. There's a lot of attention for college baseball. So I think it's good. I don't think we need to tinker with it.
Any other questions for Coach Tanner?
How might this tournament be different for you guys compared to years past, now that you're the defending champions?
I don't think it'll be different. I don't think that our guys will be thinking about that at all. We're just hoping to be who we are and play extremely tough and play well. I think that, you know, being at home and hopefully sell-out crowds will help the home team a little bit. But it's a regional field that, like I said, they're qualified to be here. They either won a conference or they were an at-large team, and they deserve to be here. A lot of good teams, and we're excited about that. I don't think anybody will be concerned about what happened in the past.